Hi, my name's Julian from Charnwood, South Africa. Today what I'm going to be doing is showing you some of the accessories that are available to complement and improve your wood burning stove experience. So let's check them out. First of all, let's talk about glass cleaners. As you'll know, if you own a wood burning or multi-fuel stove, over the course of time, your glass will get a bit grubby. That's why I've intentionally left mine from overnight without cleaning it so that we can have a look at how these products work. You'll find that in South Africa there are a number of liquid products available which are basically ceramic glass cleaners, okay? So in essence, spray it on and then with a piece of towel wipe it off, okay? But this is a product here that's a little bit different. It's manufactured by Shop Robacks, who are one of the leading manufacturers of this glass. In fact, they manufacture the glass for Charnwood stoves. But they know what they're doing because they make the glass. So they've designed what is basically a sponge with a very, very fine steel wool, basically. Fine enough so that it will not scratch the glass, but it will remove the dirt. So let's give that a try. I've got this patch down in the bottom corner here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the camera a little bit closer. Okay, let's see how this thing works. So basically, according to the instructions, I simply give it a rub. Now this piece of dirt in the bottom corner here is quite heavy tar, and that sometimes happens in the bottom corners. If you've got a log that's been resting nearby and smouldering a bit, you're going to get that. Well, I would say that's not bad. The bonus of it being a dry cleaning system is it's perhaps a little bit less dirty and a little bit less mess to deal with. But yeah, I quite like that. Works quite nicely. So that's available from your Charnwood distributor in South Africa if you're interested. One key important detail is that if you're going to use one of these sponges, it's not to get wet because it has got a steel component on it, so you can't get this thing wet. There you go. So that's our glass cleaners. The next thing I'm going to make a mention of are firelighters. Okay, and what I've come up with, I'm going to try it today, is biofuel. So biofuel, bioethanol, is used, is manufactured from organic matter. So basically you grow a crop, don't do the homework yourself because this won't be exactly accurate, but you basically ferment the crop, create an alcohol, an ethanol, and then that can be used as a fuel. The reason this is more favourable to petroleum or diesel is that it's cleaner, but also the process in making it has also absorbed carbon from the atmosphere whilst the plant or crop, whatever, has been growing. So in essence, you're trying to achieve an almost carbon neutral type fuel. So I'm going to be using this today and see how it works. I've never done it before. Okay, you can buy these blocks. They're available from these people. I don't know whether they still do them. Okay. But in essence, those blocks are simply made from this stuff called vermiculite board. And this board is a product that's mined from the ground and then using a special adhesive is glued together. It's used to insulate the inside of the stove. Now this is a sample of the board that's manufactured here in South Africa. The board in my Charnwood stove is manufactured in the UK. This is not quite as dense as this board, but this product, this vermiculite board, is very absorbent. So worth considering if you're ever having your stove maintained and the guys have to come and replace the bricks, it's worth salvaging your bricks because then you can cut them up. It's very easy and there you go, very easy and soft to work with. Cut these up into blocks, which is what I do, save them, and then you can use them as your reusable firelighter. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open my bioethanol. Much lower impact on our environment and potentially on the interior of my stove. So I'm going to give this a try. Make the fire and then we'll get it lit. Okay, now to put our firelighter in. The surefire way to test whether my firelighter has got long-lasting fire lighting capabilities is to do a top-down fire. Let's try this. I'm not sure exactly how combustible this thing is. Let's just see. There we go. That's lit quite nicely. So let's just close our door, leaving it open a crack, and we'll leave the camera running and see how that ignites. So there you have it, really nice fuel that works a treat. No doubt the extra money spent on buying an eco-friendly fuel pays off. So that's that. So now that we've lit our fire, the next gadget that I want to show you, which I think is probably the most important accessory you should consider purchasing when you purchase a stove, and it is one of these. Okay, I'll just open this so you can see better. This is what we call a Flue thermometer. And if you look, cast your eyes, let me show you the close up. But if you cast your eyes here, you can see mine attached to my Flue using a rivet. Okay. What these basically do is measure the surface temperature of what they are attached to. They are magnetic, so if you wish, you can actually attach them to the body of your stove and will measure the temperature of the body of the stove. What's useful about having it placed in the position that it's in is that because the Flue is, how can I say, because the Flue is thin, you get a quick register of the temperature of the flue gases that are going up there, and also it's been pre-designed to give you the best operation. If I put it on the surface of the stove, it will take considerably longer to get up to temperature, possibly about 30 minutes is the difference in terms of changes of temperature between the two. So that just makes it much quicker to read. However, if you don't want to attach it to your Flue, you're still not wasting your time by attaching it to the body of the stove. And if you've got a situation where you're burning wet wood, your firebox will not get up to temperature. Wet wood can halve the kilowatt output of your fuel. So it will tell you if you're not burning hard enough, but even more important, it will tell you if you're overfiring. If you overfire your stove, you'll invalidate your warranty with any stove manufacturer. So one of these little gadgets, I think they range from about 250 to up to about 500, 600 rands. It's really good investment, especially after you've spent 30, 40,000 rands on an installation. So that's the third gadget that I want to show you, Flue thermometers, well worth considering. The fourth gadget I'm going to show you is quite popular these days, and it's these things. This is a stove fan. It's entirely powered by the heat that's produced from your stove. There's a special, I don't know whether it's chemistry or physics or what, but basically there's a reaction between the cooler plate at the bottom, the hotter plate at the bottom and the cooler fins at the top. And this little pad inside, as a consequence of that difference in temperature, creates electricity which powers the fan. To quote the manufacturer here, I'm just going to place it at the back, which is where it belongs. The manufacturer states that this will circulate warm air throughout your room up to 3 meters cubed per minute, so 3 cubic meters per minute. Now, that's a lot of air. So by rights, my room, which is about 60 square meters, times the height is about 150 cubic meters. Well, within 50 minutes, my entire room air will have been moved around potentially by the fan. Another important key detail is that the fan runs within the safe parameters of the thermometer. So ideally you want to get both together, because if you run the fan too hot, you'll break it. End of story. So then your money's down the drain. So because I've got my stove within a large chimney breast, I want to encourage as much as possible all of that warm air to come into the room and not to just collect and sit inside the chimney breast. So let's give this a few minutes to get going, and then you can see for yourself how it works. So my timing was perfect to come back to the stove. As you can see, it's just started turning. The hotter the top of the stove, the faster it will turn. The design that's available here in South Africa, or the best design as far as I'm concerned that's available here in South Africa, is this two-blade design. The reason the two-blade version works so well is because the weight of the fins is sufficiently light that you can get a decent speed of turn on the blade and a decent amount of air being pushed into the room. The problem with the four-blade versions, which I've also tried out, is that the blades then are heavy. You've got the same size motor, the same size amount of power being produced, but you've got a very heavy blade, so it doesn't turn very fast. And I'll try and do it on the YouTube video or on the link below. But check out the video of the guys that did a test, I think it was of 10 different stove fans, and they actually used a meter which measures how much air the fan moves. This one came out of 10, was I think second from top. The top one was an extremely large fan from what I can see on the video, but check it out for yourself. What I'll do is I'll place this one on the top as well, so that that one can also start to move. As you can probably see from me cleaning the dust off with my fingers, I've had my fans for a little while, so but they're still working nicely. Going to also bring the camera over so that you can now see where the thermometer's sitting. Can you see? So what's cool about the Charnwood thermometer is it gives you a position here which is called best operation. So between about 250 and about 475 degrees Fahrenheit, or 100 and 300 degrees Celsius. And here I am sitting right in the middle, which is where I want to be. If I'm down here, I'm not burning hard enough. It might be because I've got wet fuel, or it might just be because I haven't got enough fuel in there. And if my needle is pressing against here, then I'm over firing. Okay, so as you can see, both fans going very nicely now. And if you listen, you can hear a very faint whir of the fan, but effectively it's silent. It's not noisy at all. And in fact, I've got two going. To give you an idea of whether that's actually making any difference, let me grab something I can hold in front. So here's a piece of kitchen towel. So you can see there it is above the mantelpiece where there's no air. But as soon as I put it under, you can see it's blowing the air out quite nicely. So it does work. Right, last one. Here, you may have seen me promote this before. Do not touch that, that's not for you. This, from the boys back in England, Charnwood toasting fork. You may have seen the video on this. I'm just going to quickly show you it again. So basically the toasting fork is, I'll open it up for you, is a beautiful stainless steel fork that allows you to toast a variety of products on your toaster. So in my case, a piece of bread which Chewy is trying hard not to touch. And literally, you hang your item to toast in front of your stove. The magnetic, so it will stick to any stove surface, and just leave it there to toast and turn it around when you're done. So that's quite a neat little gadget. In addition, you may know as well that Charnwood manufacture two sizes of cooking tops. And those are cast iron tops that fit Charnwood stoves. Okay, unfortunately they don't fit anyone else's stove. And it's a cast iron top with 4 trivets. So then what you have on your stove is a nice cast iron top that you can put pots, pans on, and cook and do whatever. So there you have it. A
few gadgets that you can use to complement your stove. For me, the essential one is the Flue thermometer, without a doubt. It will help you to get the most out of your stove, but also lengthen its lifespan. The fans also, for the right conditions, can improve the amount of warm air that you get into your room. And then some of them are just nice for a bit of fun. Look at that toast. Look at that toast, Chew. Thanks for watching. Please click subscribe. Needs butter.